Hey, Big Ear back, and today we're back for another video today with disc swapping, specifically Larry Boy and the Bad Apple. I want to show you guys something actually that I've with modding. Okay, this doesn't work with everything. No, the disc swap. This isn't due to modding. This Larry Boy and the Bad Apple PS2 USA or Larry Boy and the Bad Apple PS2 European, just the game in general, has a glitch where it reads folders when you disc swap with another game. I also must. I gotta close this. I'm gonna keep this open. I'm gonna try my best to explain this before I get into the video. This the game. If you switch discs, what happens? Okay, normal game disc swapping doesn't do that. If I were to take SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom PS2 and replace it with The Simpsons Hit and One, European. It does not work with the US version for some reason. It will with that game. I mean, okay, I'll give a better example. If I take out BFBB and put in the SpongeBob movie game, it will play a small segment of another part of the other game. Like let's say I talk to Patrick in HBO One, for those the neighborhood the neighborhood level. If I go to HBO, if I talk to Patrick in HBO One with SpongeBob the movie game, if I talk to Patrick, his line where he says "What sock?" It will just be two lines of dialogue with another game or a couple seconds of another disc. It doesn't keep talking and talking. With Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, when you talk, conversations don't end or take a long time to end. They do eventually end, by the way. It just depends where you cause it. The game could read for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and obviously it really can go on for like more than hours and hours. I really tested it. I can really mod BFBB or do everything. So I can go to it can read another disc for like hours. It depends where you cause it, and if you want to leave certain files. How Larry Boy and the Bad Apple works with disc swapping is it reads the files in a certain order. Okay. That's literally what's happening. It will go into each folder. And it will read the files in it. No, I'm not making this up. Like, well, you know I'm not making up. I don't have to. No, it starts. If you swap Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, it defaults with If I take Larry Boy and the Bad Apple out and put in SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, BFBB PS2. It will start usually reading HB file, and it will usually be around. Sometimes it's the HB0. Most times it defaults to reading HBO1. Hop. Well, it goes through all the folders, but it usually defaults to HBO1. And it goes. What Larry Boy and the Bad Apple does is it reads every file that's in the disk. So it will go through every single file that's in here, go down to the bottom, then it will. If you keep letting it play, if the game keeps reading, then it will go on to Jellyfish Fields. Read the sound files and textures and models. Well, you won't hear textures and models because that's where you get the static, because it's reading nothing. It's not reading sound. So it will go through these files. Then if you don't put the game back in, it will go through the Kelp Forest files one by one by one. If you don't put the disc back in, still it will go to the menu files. You get the point. It turns it into an audio CD. I know I've already explained this, but I'm just trying to make a video with this before I get into what I've done. It's kind of neat. I went in and used Industrial Part for the PS2 version and made custom I made custom files. See, this is HB. I made a file called HB1, HB2, HB3. These are just extra files, and what we did was we added files for Mrs. Puff and Larry into here. I just grabbed the files from Industrial Park and just put them in. No, you don't have to put them in the hip. Just to make it so it will read Mrs. Puff's lines one by one by one by one. Because this is how Larry Boy and the Bad Apple works. It goes in order like this. It goes through all the files. That's literally what this does. So, and then it will get to the bottom, and then it will go to Mr. Krabs' lines. You know, you get what I mean. So, this is a cool thing to do if you want to actually make it play certain voice lines. If you want to just hear those characters, you need to make a modded BFBB file. And since it goes in order from, well, it doesn't go from the top. I told you, for this, most games it reads from the middle folders. Unfortunately, though, I would love to do this with Breaking the Rules, but I can't because Fingerprints Breaking the Rules doesn't start from where. I think the voice. I don't know where the voice files even are in that game. I can't get to the files. I don't know where the frick they even are. Honestly, I don't know how to get to the PS2 files. I'm not too much into. I don't know how to even get to them. Honestly, like I would like to get to them and actually, but I can't but it starts off. I think around the music file. Fingerprints Breaking the Rules starts off in a file called music, and then there's two extra files, and that's it. It starts off way at the bottom. So what I'm trying to say is I can't use this Larry Bud and the Bad Apple Disc Swap to play the Fingerprints Breaking the Rules voice clips. I would love to do it with that game, but I can't. If I could figure out a way to actually edit the files and put them in a different folder, like just grab them and put them. But this game doesn't. This game has a folder system. Fingerprints Breaking the Rules doesn't have that. It just has like these weird files here, kind of like it doesn't have like these folders. I can't make extra folders and just put them above. Like normally it would read HB, then Jellyfish Fields 1, and then go through all. But I see I put in HB1 HB, so it goes from where it starts from disk swapping here, goes through these files, then it will go to my custom files with Larry, and then the disk swap is going to start to read Miss Puff, and then it will lastly read my custom Mr. Krabs, all Mr. Krabs lines I've moved. Then it's going to go back to its normal Jellyfish Fields next level. You get what I mean? With emulation, you can use the Larry Bud and Bad Apple Disc Swap, and actually, you can, if you know how to do it, you can go in there and mess with the files to make it read certain files. I can't do this with Shadow the Hedgehog. I can't. Shadow the Hedgehog does not read voice files. I think they're at the top couple files, because I let it play through the whole disc. It didn't get to any voice files at all. It didn't work. And I did it with the place in the game and that I know reads all folders. It didn't do it. So obviously the voice files are in places that's not reading. Damn. So I would love to hear all Amy's lines and Shadow. You can grind that rail. Black Doom must kill all the black kill all those human soldiers. Shadow, look out! It's the black aliens. All the lines they say. Damn, Shadow, it's the fourth chaos. All the lines he's saying, I would love to. I can't do it with Shadow the Hedgehog though. Sadly, I tried it. It does not work. So some games I can't do this with. I like to do this with every game, but games that have a folder system like BFBB, they have a folder system. Yeah, I know. You can go in and change the order. So because like I told you, it goes in a certain order. I'm gonna get to the video and show you what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to explain this first. It starts off at HB1 and goes through but then it goes to Jellyfish Fields. But since we added a folder called HB1, HB2, it's gonna go from that folder into now it's gonna be Larry Lobster's lines because I took them from Industrial Park. From Industrial Park, extracted them, extracted the sounds and just put them in a folder here for PS2. So it's going to go to reading the Larry lines. I think I grabbed all of them. I'm pretty sure I did. I went to every single level, by the way. It took a bit of time. And did it for all Mr. Krabs lines. Took quite a Mrs. Puffs and stuff. So it's going to read all the lines here. Because that's how Larry Bud and the Bad Apple works. If you're using an emulator, you can actually play with this a bit. And make it read certain folders. Because it goes through every folder. It goes through everything that's in a disc. Most of the time. If you let it play long enough, it will even get to the... It even reads boot.hip and it will go through everything most of the time. So that's kind of how this works. We have it already on here. So here's the game. I've already swapped it with. I did it. Obviously, it's gonna be different for you because every time you edit this game, the pitches of voices and chipmunks. It depends. It's different every time you edit the game. So in this case, I had the way I edited it. Level 1. I got a semi-fast chipmunk normal voice in level 1, but I swapped it. I already swapped it with BFBB. Okay, so this has already been swapped, and it's his Alfred conversation here. It's one of these two characters. It keeps talking, so the conversation does not end. So it keeps reading the ever disc. That's how this works. So it's gonna read through all the files that and my custom files I put in HB1 folder. So it's gonna get those files and read them. It's starting off at the hub road, but it's going to get all the way until... I'm probably going to cut this a little bit, but I'm going to show you where it's at right now. and hopefully it gets to that point. Now, this place, I don't know if it goes all throughout the photos. It depends where you do this glitch. If you guys do the glitch in, with hit and one, sometimes it will fix itself. I found that spot actually does, but I found another spot where it reads all the folders. Crash Team Racing, so if you guys watch that video, yeah, that goes for, that worked pretty damn well there. That spot where all the. Holy crap, Radical! How many voice lines do you need for Team Racing? There's like a freaking ton of them, bro. But this is a cool glitch to play with. You can use this to find unused dialogue. It's pretty fun, honestly. But if you can also, if you're using like a pure like item, like if you mod, you can go in the folders and put them, change the order or change something so it leaves the files you put in. Because we added just a folder for Larry's lines. Then the folder below that is Miss Puff's lines. The folder below that is Mr. Krabs' lines. So it's going to go through, once it gets through HB 10, once it finishes reading HB 10, which is the feeder, it's going to go right to my custom folder, which is HB 1. Then below that, HB 2, and finally below that, HB 3. Then it will go to Jellyfish Fields folders. Because that's the way when the Bad Apple works. It reads all the folders one by one by one by one. So if you can go into folders and actually edit them and change the names, or the order, or you can get it to play things that you put in. Because all it does is read the folder. This game is so glitchy with this disc swap. If you want to keep the game paused, guys, and after swapping and after you start glitching up, reading all the folders, you go back to your PS2 emulator. If you literally just put the Larry Boy and the Bad Apple ISO disc back in right here, you just while paused, put it back in. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'll do it. Save it for a separate video. Let it go in. Wait like 5 to 8 seconds for the PS2 emulator recognizes the disc that's inside and starts, unpause, and it will actually start playing the sound effects and voices from Larry Boy and the Bad Apple, but one by one by one. Yeah, when you put the long disc in, it initiates this one reading all file glitch. Yes, even if you put the correct disc back in while paused, it won't. When you unpause, it reads the normal games order one by one by one. So it goes through all the songs that you can unlock in this game, all the songs you can get unlocked from getting all the music notes. It will play out. It will try to play the cutscenes, but it doesn't work with the cutscenes. It will even play. Then it will start playing all the voices of Alfred and all the characters. No, I'm not joking. It's the same. It's when you put the wrong disc in, it initiates this glitch where it starts reading all the folders up. This game specifically causes this reading all the file glitch. I don't know why this game does this, but it's a very strange bug. And if you know how to mod, if you can mod the game, you can go in and change the order of something. So, those files are going to be read now because I put them there. So, you'll hear them. The Larry lines, only Larry and only Mrs. Puff and Mr. Krabs will play one by one. But we have to get to HB 10. Past HB 10, I'm going to probably skip to where it's at, around there. And I'm going to show you where we are now. It's reading HBO 1 right now, the hub road. So, in kind of a faster pitch voice, like it does. But it's not like pure birds. You can actually understand what the frick they're saying. So, I got it to a spot where you can actually understand what they're saying. So, it depends where you caused the glitch, where you are in the game. It's a mess, really. Like, right now there's no audio playing at all in here. Depends. So, yeah. Okay, I'll start it right now.
Wow! Got it! I won't forget, Bubble Buddy. I absorb information like a sponge. Bubble Buddy, I bet the next move you teach me will be the best one ever. Super pinky shake on it? Here, I'll blow you some. Paying my entire salary in...
Let's turn the background noise off. There.
Attention. Wow! I'm a bubble blowing machine. Say, Bubble Buddy, why am I having to pay all these golden spatulas to these toll booths? Well, can't argue with that. One movie ticket, my good man. What if I want to watch a movie I haven't seen? Like, could I see Deathfish 2000? What about Carp Wars? Nautical Nonsense 23, The Procrastination. Oh, okay.
SpongeBob, this flapping robot crisis is making the Krusty Krab lose money like a sinking ship. No money means no more Krusty Krab. No more Krusty Krab means no more fry cooking for you. But because you're gullible, I'm gonna help you out. And of course make a small profit in return. I've got a few golden spatulas that I'll be willing to trade to you for some of those shiny objects.
Okay, as you can see, it moved on. That's gonna happen. So that time it actually moved on. It moved, yeah, it doesn't always, yes. So that dialogue it moved on. After more than that was way longer than it should have been, like 30 seconds or something. But yeah, it moved on to the next line of text. So okay, that place it did fix itself. Okay, see. Sometimes it will move on earlier than you want it to, but just try it somewhere else and it probably won't. It's not always like very long all the time. I'm just saying mostly it is. Hard to explain how this glitch works, but yeah, that's kind of how it works. I don't know. I'll try to fix this. And now the game is messed up completely now. I put the correct disc back in and now it's not reading. It's reading the actual game's files one by one in extra slow mo. Yeah, this game, I told you, this glitch is weird. It does this weird reading all files things. I don't know where to cause this. I have the movie game. I guess we can use movie. I don't know. I'm just gonna save state. Because okay, so I'm gonna figure out how to do this. So in order to get certain audio, so I'm gonna have to put another game in to do this first. So I'm gonna put in so how you do this, how you switch between discs, if you want to cause that extra glitch when you switch between games, you gotta switch to a game that has no music when you replace it. And the game that I use to do this with is Despicable Me the game, PS2. When you put this in, it's gonna say checking the disc right there. You won't kind of see it there. It flashed on the screen. Now it doesn't show it. So now now you can switch to any game you want without it saying checking the disc. You can. That's how you make sure the games are always paused when you switch discs now. So now I put in where's a game that I know this works with? Actually, we honestly could do it. I don't know what game to do this with. Start. Okay, SpongeBob movie. So I put this in, and once I click this, you're gonna see it doesn't say disc being checked. It doesn't actually say it. See? So now we can. I don't think this is gonna work. I don't know. I know a certain spot where this actually does work, but now we can just.
Trouble saying goodbye. Next.
Alright. I'm just gonna do it with slide. I know a spot in the game where I can do this, so I'm just gonna get it working. Okay, load up the chocolate level. Use the emulation 1.60 if you want to. I don't know if that's different, but I just used. If it matters, but this works on actual console too, by the way. But for some, this one effect. Okay, no. So I'm gonna just skip through this. It's right around here. So first, you need a couple things for this to work. You want to swap between discs. Okay, slide 2. In this, if I talk to Alfred right here, right when I walk over there a little bit, it's gonna. If I do this with slide 2, Band of Thieves USA, it reads the disc for a very, very, very long time. So you have to find spots where it will read the disc for a while. That way it won't fix itself so easily. At this spot does. So first, in order to swap between the discs, you have to turn off the music. Like I told you, have to use Despicable Me, or use games. I use this to disable the music, so you can swap between discs. If you don't do that, it will check the CD and fix it. So, it's hard to explain what I'm doing with this, but basically, I'm not really going to explain it. It's hard to explain. But, you're tricking the game so it doesn't check the disc. So, if you replace it with slide 2, it leaves the game for a long period of time. If I pause the game and switch it with another disc while it's paused, it's going to think I'm still using slide 2, so it's going to read it the same amount of time that slide 2 would have. You kind of know what I'm trying to... It's hard to explain. Yeah, I know how this glitch works, and I messed with it quite a bit. This glitch is fun to mess with, and there's a lot that goes with it, so we'll put this, surprisingly, there's a lot to this glitch. So slide 2 Band of Thieves US, do that, then you have to initiate the conversation, so it's in there, so go over here, trigger this. This is the same spot I showed you guys all the slide 2 voice clips, remember they were Chipmunk a year ago? You see how it's just static? Yeah, because the voice clips don't load right away in slide 2. It took me like forever to show you guys that. I'd like leave this on for like so long, do everything. Yeah, it took forever. But once you at the spot, you can make save state. So, yeah, you do it with this conversation with slide 2. The very first conversation when you walk forward to these enemies. Then it's gonna read the disc for a very, very long period of time. This is gonna be useful, so it won't fix itself here. The voice clips are like Chipmunk. They're like not too fast, but not so it's a little bit faster paced, but it's not too fast. You just don't understand it though. It's the normal Chipmunk voices where you can still hear them. It depends. I told you it depends when you cause this damn glitch. I swear. So I'm gonna try the FVB. Let's hope it's not too quick. Hopefully it's not. Well, he's explaining how this glitch works. So now, it didn't say checking the disk, so it's going to keep the same Chipmunk effect that slide 2 has, how long it's going to read the disk for, how long it's going to read it for, but we put BFBB in while it's paused, so it's going to still go the amount of time that it would with slide 2 in this spot, okay? It's hard to explain. So, there, now we set this up, so now we can see how this works.
Okay, so if I want to come back and talk to you again, just walk up to you and press this button. I'd better get started now, Gary.
So now I'm gonna probably cut this, but this is the disc we modified. Well, I modified. I put in HB1, HB2, and I put Larry Lobster's lines and all this stuff. So once we get to HB the theater, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But so here's how the pitch sounds right now.
I think that this is going to be a very long day. Give me some credit, Gary. I remember. Press this button to read the signs. A note from Mr. Krabs. And it even smells sweaty, just like him. Wow! A promotion! So much for fixing this quietly. Uh-oh. I'd make myself a snack, but...
And since he's talking, I'm not restricted. I can jump in it. I can use my moves. So I don't have to just walk I don't have to just walk around. So you can jump and stuff. That's why you wonder. If people wonder why I don't jump, yeah, that's why, because he was talking. So I couldn't. It would fit. Yeah. So he's always talking. So his conversation is never ending. He keeps talking. That's what this glitch is doing. The conversations don't end. So it keeps reading the ever disc. Or if you put the actual game back in, well, pause. It's gonna read this game. This glitch is it's a problem with the game itself. It's hard to explain. Yeah, it's very weird. So, you can hear the voice clips are like, kind of normal. Yeah, they're like deeper, but, so now we're gonna put it, we're gonna get to the spot where it's near HB10. So, once it gets past HB10, since I put the Larry Lobster's lines in an HB1 folder, Miss Puff's lines in an HB2 folder, Mr. Krabs' lines in an HB3 folder, those folders don't exist, right? I just put them, I put them in there, so it's going to read the folders one by one, but since that folder's below, since HB1 is below HB, it's going to read the folders that I put in. After that, because it goes in order, so if you want it to play certain folders, you have to edit the game, and that's how it works. So, I'm going to skip to HB10, the theater, and show you guys, you're going to see it's going to go to my custom folders. My custom files we added for Larry Lobster's lines on his own. Because you know this game BF doesn't have lines on their own. They're in the level themselves. So I took all the lines and did this myself. So you're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, I'll start from here. We're at the Krusty Krab, which is near HB10. So I'm going to let it play from here. And you're going to see, it's not going to go to Jellyfish Fields folder. It's going to go to my custom. It's going to read only Larry's lines, only Mrs. or whatever order it's in, I put in. But it's going to go from, because I'm going to show you that, because it's kind of neat, so I'll show you that.
I feel like I should be working.
Right now, what's happening right now, it's reading through the next level, which is the Chum Bucket, or I forget what, or it's reading through all the textures and models and stuff, and all this stuff before it reads the audio files. So that's what's happening.
They serve food here, yes, but they don't serve love.
Flash! Authorities have confirmed that the robots running amok through Bikini Bottom are indeed coming from the Chum Bucket. Yes, right where you're standing. Plankton, owner of the Chum Bucket, and best known for the creation of robots whose sole purpose is to cause mayhem and destruction, has denied any involvement. This has been a Bikini Bottom news flash. And then stomp on your children. And stomp on your children's children. Oh, that's gotta sting. Great Barrier Reef. Oh, close encounters of the painful kind. Oh, the humanity, or should I say the fishanity. Oh, I can't watch. Okay, maybe just a little. Oh, that was a doozy! Strike! 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 I see a prime moment right here. Nice set intense split by SpongeBob. This boy must be smoking at the lanes. Looks like the robots left it so vulnerable. SpongeBob has an opening. What can we get the drop on the robots? Whoa, what an opening for a guy literally filled with openings. There's the robot's vulnerability. Let's see if SpongeBob goes for it. It looks like SpongeBob has an opportunity here. There's another opportunity for SpongeBob. Looks like SpongeBob may have a moment back here. Ow, I guess SpongeBob won't be winning that way. The robot's just too big for a direct attack like that. Now the robot's taking a beating out there. Nice move by SpongeBob. This match is just about over. That's the ticket. That's the ticket. Suck it to him, SpongeBob. Suck it to him, SpongeBob. Look at that. The robot's made himself dizzy. And the robot is down. And the robot is down. Oh, and the robot is down. Sending him to become a banana split out of another one of those. Look at that hang time. That's it. That's the match. SpongeBob is still champion. Go-see-to, around you go. Yikes. Looks like SpongeBob's in for a rough ride. That does it. SpongeBob is back in the fight. And here we are, folks. The main event. I don't believe ever increasing velocity. The robot better change tactics and fast. That's it. Now issue the coup de grace. Sandy, boy, I'd like to see you. I need your help. My TV...
See how it went from the theater? I was on camera mode. I don't know if you heard it. It went no static because there's no textures and models in that folder that I put. It's just voice clips of Larry. Then below that folder, there's voice clips of Mrs. Puff. Below that folder is Mr. Krabs. So if you add extra files, if you know how to do that, I know how to do it for BFB. I know how to do it for certain games. Like, I can replace the files or switch the order of the file names or switch the names, or I know how to do it. But Breaking the Rules, sadly, I would like to play the voice clips in that game or Shot Heads Up, but they don't play because they're farther up, so I can't get to them. I would like to. I have to figure out how to do this, but replace them or. Yeah, some games like so with if you can't do it, if you can figure it out, you can actually make an extra folder, and you can add the voice clips of a certain character just in that folder. And since this game goes through, I told you all the folders one by in order. Now it's at Larry's lines and only Larry, because I added a folder just for all Larry's lines, and the folder below that Mr. Krabs, and below that Mrs. Puff, and I think whatever one I did. So this is now reading HB1 folder. HB1 folder doesn't exist. You know, it's only HB, and then below that is JF folder. Below that is, I don't know, if you know what I mean. Goo Lagoon's higher up, and then DB, you know what I mean. So there's no folder called HB1. That doesn't exist, obviously. So I made a folder called HB1, and I dumped Larry's lines into there. I had to manually go to Industrial Park and grab and kind of do that. And then I went to the folder below that and added added Mr. Krabs' lines into HB2 or Mrs. Puff, and below that I need folder called HB3 and put that's how I did this. So it's gonna be just these files. So it goes in order. That's how this game works. So I'll show you it.
Reception has been terrible lately. I need to have someone replace my old antenna with this shiny new one. I'm not really much of a jumper, because the old antenna is up there. The robots have blocked off that building, and I can't do all those fancy moves you and SpongeBob do to get across these gaps. All I can do is flex! Wanna see? Oh, that? It's yours if you replace it with a new one. Please replace my antenna at the far end of these rooftops. Oh, thank you. I can finally watch those reruns of the Rockfish Files. Please replace my antenna at the far end of these rooftops. I don't know how I've lived this long without good reception. Thank you again. Wow, your dream is massive. Then you're just the right person to reach the spatula on top of that golden acorn. There's only one way to that acorn. This sky slide. Wow, if anyone was going to make it down this sky slide, it was going to be you. Good try. Keep up your speed, stay on the track, and you'll make it. Hey, if you're not busy later, come work out at the gym in my dream bubble. SpongeBob, do I look burned? Barnacles! That darn robot. Yeah, a big robot stole everybody's sunscreen. Exactly! You can't spend a day at the beach without sunscreen. That sun is way too hot. That robot is out on the island. Nobody can get to him. SpongeBob, maybe you can use those sun reflectors to point the sun's rays on that robot. If you hit one of the buttons on the side of a lifeguard tower, the reflector will turn. Connect all the towers and the light will shoot right out of the big reflector on the island. Then all you have to do is swim out to the island and turn the big reflector onto the robot. I'll stay here and protect the babes. If you hit one of the buttons on the side of a lifeguard tower, the reflector will turn. Connect all the towers and shoot the light out to the big reflector on the island. When the light is pointed at the island, go there and turn the last reflector. Congratulations, SpongeBob! You're king of the beach! Here, have a golden spatula. Thanks for your help, SpongeBob. What's happening, SpongeBob? What's happening, SpongeBob? Hey, Sandy! Hey there! It looks like you'll have to make a huge jump at the end of that ramp in order to reach that golden spatula, huh? Cowabunga! Keep trying, SpongeBob! I have faith in you! See, no problem. You could do anything you set your mind and your muscle to. You know, we should talk about personal gym training sometime. I'm built for speed with this aerodynamic physique. But I'll give you a golden spatula if you can beat my time. I'm the fastest there is. My time down this slope is unbeatable. I'll give you a golden spatula if you can beat my time. Congratulations, SpongeBob. You beat my best time. Here's a spatula.
Ahoy there, Sandy. Well, I could have sworn me I saw a golden spatula here a minute ago, but I think it
See? Since it went through, I put all Larry's lines in a folder. Oh, just Larry. Then the next folder was Mr. Krabs. So now it's going to go for Mr. Krabs lines in order. Yeah, this glitch is cool. Like, disk swapping does not do this with normal. You can't do this with this game specifically. I swear, it does this weird reading all folders thing. It's weird. It's really cool, honestly, though. Sometimes, see how this spot keeps reading, and then how the other spot. Yeah, it depends where you cause it in this game. You have to figure out where to do it, and you do have to play around with it a little bit. The best place you guys want to do this is you need Slide 2, Slide 2 Band of Thieves USA, and you need to go to the chocolate level before you first. It's the first Alfred line he says when he talks about the enemies that show up when you first walk 5 feet over. You have to use Despicable Me to disable the music. Or a game that doesn't have... You can't swap between discs with this, okay? That's why you have to do that. Then you put in... after Despicable Me, then you can keep the game paused and switch to the game you want to do it with. And it keeps the same pitch as Slide 2 and the same amount of time it reads the disc before it stops as Slide 2 would be here. You get what... Yeah, you have... There's a lot of ways to play with this, so... Use this. This is the best place I do it. The game will read for very... Yeah, you can do it with quite a few games here. The longer the game is, the more likely it's going to fix itself. So you make sure you have to find a spot that reads the game quite a while, and it depends when you do it in this game. It doesn't read it infinitely. It will give up at some point, but it will go on for a very long time. I'm talking hours. It can read the disc forever. This place reads it for like you don't want to know how long it can go on for. You can literally. I did it on my laptop for testing, and I went to bed. You can literally leave this on. It will keep reading. It will keep going. Like, for, like, so long. It will eventually fix itself, but it's, like, I literally timed it. It's, like, 23 hours or something. It reaches this area, bro. So if you do it with a game that has a lot of information, a lot of voice clips, a lot of crap before it gets... Yeah, do it here. But, the voice clips aren't, like, chipmunk here, so it depends where you cause it, since... Yeah, it's very hard to explain the splits, but yeah, so, and if you edit the game like I did, you can put your own custom folders in there, and it will read those custom folders and what's in them. And that's why it's not being static, it goes right to the voices, because there's no models and textures. If I grab models and textures and put it in that folder, you're going to hear the static, because it's reading those folders that aren't audio. That's how this works. So yeah, a very cool glitch, honestly. Yeah, you can even play around with it if you use an emulation. You can kind of play around with it a little bit. I would like to do this with Fingerprints Breaking the Rules, but sadly, those voice clips don't play in a certain order. The file system, I can't get to them. It doesn't read them. It only does the music, and then it does It starts off at the last couple folders, so it doesn't read them. I mean, that sucks. You can do this with Shao Shodown, though. It works with that game, though. Just so you know. I might show that game off at some point, but you can. Yeah, it works. It works with that game, though. It works. You can play every level with that game.
Well, down this slide. Go, boy, go! Save that poor spatula. Nice job, SpongeBob. That was some fancy sliding.
SpongeBob, the robots are destroying downtown Bikini Bottom. We have to evacuate. Not vacuum, evacuate. We have to get everyone to safety. That won't do any good because the robots have taken all the steering wheels. No, there are too many turns. SpongeBob, if you're involved, I always fear. But I tell you what, if you can pull this off, I'll give you a golden spatula. Nice try, SpongeBob. I'm impressed. How did you fight? Okay. Sorry I asked. Here's the golden spatula that I promised you. But SpongeBob, you don't have a driver's license. No, you don't. A library card. Congratulations! You pass with flying colors! Without steering wheels, we can't use the boats to evacuate. Find them for me in downtown Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob, we need those steering wheels. Now hurry! There have to be some non-student drivers around here. Well, if it isn't my, favorite student. Hello there, Patrick. Hello there, Sandy. Well, if it isn't Sandy Cheeks. Well, if it isn't Sandy Cheeks. Thanks. Oh no, the children's balloons have been overfilled. They're carrying the children out of control. Yes, too much fun if you ask me. You can save the children by bubble bashing each of the balloons. Bubble bash all the balloons, then come see me for a reward. You can save the children by bubble bashing each of the balloons. My hero. You've saved the children. Here's a golden spatula as a reward. Thank goodness the children are safe. No, SpongeBob. Why do you say that? Do you think we'd have class out here just to hide from you? How silly. I'm just, gathering twigs for the winter. Yes, that's it. Actually, you can help with something else. These robots showed up and scared all the students, campers off into the forest. Before the ranger arrives, someone needs to go out and find them. Thanks, SpongeBob. I'll make sure to give you a nice reward when you've found all of them. Good job so far, SpongeBob, but no time to rest now. Let's round these campers up before it gets too dark. SpongeBob, there you are. Thanks to you, all the campers have safely returned. You're not so bad when you aren't behind a wheel, SpongeBob. Thanks again. I found this golden spatula the other day. Why don't you take it? You've definitely earned it. Oh, SpongeBob, I just feel like I'm all over the place these days. Hi, Patrick. Have you seen SpongeBob? If you see him, let him know I'm looking for him. Oh, SpongeBob, I'm actually glad you're here. Believe it or not, the robots have stolen priceless artwork from the museum. If you can return it all to me, I'll reward you with a golden spatula. Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to handle the answers to. Don't ask questions you aren't prepared to handle the answer to. You don't quite have them all, SpongeBob. Keep looking. There's more out there. Well now, nice work, SpongeBob. The museum will finally be able to reopen, and here's your reward. Maybe these robots aren't so bad after all. Hello, Sandy. Say, if you see SpongeBob, send him my way. I've got something for him to do. I've gone down this hill 100 times, usually rolling. Darn kids think it's funny to push me, but if you can beat my time down the hill, I'll give you a golden spatula. I've gone down this hill 100 times. If you can beat my time, I'll give you a golden spatula. I've gone down this hill 100 times. I think I've mastered it. If you can beat my time down the hill, I'll give you a golden spatula.
Ah, there you are, boy. Someone's broken the sea needle. Yes, it is. But what's more important is that there are tikis and shiny objects just outside the windows.
I guess some lines I put in the wrong place. Okay.
Easy. I just clear my mind. Money. Now listen here, boy. You know that I'll give you golden spatulas if you bring me shiny objects. But I'm going to sweeten the deal. If you can break all the tikis here at the sea needle, I'll give you a bonus golden spatula. Because they were laughing at you and calling you funny names. You know, SpongeBob, Butt Pants. No. But they said your mom was ugly. Smash all the tikis, and for your troubles, I'll give you a golden spatula. Good work, boy. Here's the golden spatula, like I promised. Don't give up on me now. You've got to keep trying me, boyo. There's more golden spatulas in the deep blue sea. Be on the lookout.
For heaven's sake, boy, cover your ears. Hard time, boy, or at least it feels like it. Do you think you can make it across this sheet of music to the golden spatula on Squidward's big nose? Good luck, boy. When you get there, try to wake him up. I'm running out of aspirin. There's a spatula at the end of this long line of notes. Good job. Now, let's hoist anchor and get out of here. You've got to get that spatula and end this cacophony. You know, after a while it grows on you. I should play this as background music in the Krusty Krab. What do you think? Ahoy there, SpongeBob! Ahoy there, Sandy! Sorry, lad, but the carnival is closed. The pesky robot has taken over me ticket booth. And worse, me money. If you help me get rid of that no-good robot, I'll give you a big reward. Get rid of the robot in the ticket booth and I'll give you a reward. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind. I hope my insurance covers all this. Why don't you try something less expensive? I mean, dangerous. I need them crazy robots cleared out of the bumper boats. When you've destroyed them all, come back and see me. When you've...
Yeah. I'm gonna end it there. So, yeah, as you see, of course, yeah, because that's how this game works. It always follows an order. So if you mod a game and you put voice clips in its own folder or whatever, or replace them, it's gonna go through all the ones you've added in order, like I did. I guess I accidentally put some extra Mr. Krabs lines, but oh well, whatever. But it's just to make an example of video how this glitch works and how you can even control it. I didn't know. Yeah, you can do that. Obviously, okay, I can't do this with Fireprints. I'm probably gonna have to. I have to figure out how to get to the files for them. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know how to access the damn files for voice files in PS2 games. Like, I don't know how to get to them anyway most of the time. I know how to do it with Industrial Park. I know how to do it with other things, but I'm trying to... I don't know. So, I can figure that out. I probably can go online and get... I can also just go online and get it on the audio website I use for some stuff, but they have GTA on there, they have San Andreas, they got all these things, they got, I don't know. But what I'm going to probably do at some point is use an editor. There's a tutorial I'm going to convert the sounds for BF... I'm going to take the sound effects from Fireprints and put them in BFBB, make them work for PS2, and just replace them that way. So now I can load up that game, BFBB, and have it get to voice files. Yeah, I can do it I can kind of do it like that. I have to use a hex editor and change. I'll do all that stuff. And honestly, I don't feel like doing that right now because that's gonna be just to do the glitch video. That'd be like half the voice. That would take forever. If I want to do for every character's voice clip, then I will take forever because there's like so many. I don't really want to do that. But you could technically do it that way. Or if I can just get to the files, I can grab all the folders for the voices on their own and just put them in a separate area, so it reads them. So it will go through the folder order like that. Obviously, this is an edited BFBB. Obviously, I made an edited file, so I have my normal PS2 game. I just made an edited copy of it. I like to do for GameCube, like I do for Dolphin and stuff. And Hit 1 PC modding, you just make an extra... Yeah, well, no, Hit 1 PC modding, you don't have to do that because it comes with a meta. You know, you can make... It doesn't conflict with your normal game. You have to copy the file. Yeah, you know how that... For those that mod Hit 1, you know what I mean, so... yeah, that's how you do this, so... I just want to show you that cool thing I did. Yeah, since this glitch reads all files, if you make your own custom folders and add stuff into it, characters from the game, from that game, or from ever, you convert it to, it will go into that folder and read that stuff one by one, because that's what this glitch does. It goes through all the files in order, and this is what I mean by the pause glitch. If I were to pause the game right now and switch to another game while it's paused, it will not say checking the disk. So we can actually swap with we can put in Oh, by the way, we are going to come back and do Hit 1 voice. I'm going to come back and do this. I'm probably going to come back at some point and just record all the voices. I don't know how long the video will be, but we're going to come back and do that. I'll come back and do that at some point. I'm probably going to do all voice clips for that game. Maybe. What games should we do this with? Okay, I don't know, Tag Team Racing. This is European version, and obviously it's going to be a bunch of European voices. Let's should I had to get to the to the English voices, but yeah, we'll just do this for example. Since the game was paused, I didn't unpause it, and I put the disc back in. It's not going to say checking the disc, so we can keep the slide 2 effect of where the voice pitch is, but we can put so it goes. Yeah, it's hard to explain how this works.
Destroyed all the robots in the bumper boat.
Ik heb bij reputatie gehouden. Ik vraag me af waarom mijn overoplossen woordpapier liggen. Ik heb een hart van goud en echte Harry's. Dit allemaal en nog talent ook. Trek maar een nummertje, jongens. Er is iets vreemds met die Woompa-chick.
Yeah, and if I pause the game again and don't put the disc back in, I can go back to SpongeBob and it will even keep it will go from where I was. If I quickly put it back, I can continue from. It's hard. Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah. So if I don't unpause, I'll let it just go back in. It went back in. Now it's gonna continue work.
Oh, dit zaakje stinkt en ik heb een neus voor dat
Crab lose money like a sinking ship.
See?
No money means no more Krusty Krab. No more Krusty Krab means no more fry cooking for you. But
I'll eventually show you what happens if you don't do this disc swapping thing. I'll even show you what I mean by that. It's probably confusing. People, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about with this, but the video is technically over, but I'm gonna show you what I mean. So if I can't swap between games if I don't use Despicable Me or a game that turns the music, that disables the music. I'll show you what this does. If I don't do this, it's gonna be like this. So I might as well cover this. In case you want to try this out for yourself. So it's a pretty cool glitch to play with, honestly. It really is cool. You just quickly load up a file.
First Bumblebird, then the world.
And we're not gonna do the whole we're gonna go right to slide 2. I'm not gonna swap Despicable Me first. And you're gonna see if this isn't gonna work. I'll show you. This won't work. You can't swap between the discs because you need slide 2's disc. You need to read his conversation for a very long time. And the slide 2 disc at this point, not this conversation, the one right after this, reads the disc for a very long time. You need it to read the disc for a very long time. And you can't just do that with
Together, a way out of temptation will always be provided.
It's the conversation that plays right when you approach over there. It tells you about the enemies. That's the conversation that goes on for so long with only slide 2. You need to do it with slide 2. So here's what happens if you do it. If you just put slide 2 in without using the Despicable Me to disable the music. So I'm gonna put slide 2 in. I'm gonna do it while it's paused. I'll show you it won't work. I got slide 1, 2, and 3 all together. I can't see. It needs to be slide 2, Band of Thieves US. It needs to be US, slide 2, Band of Thieves US. Put that in while paused. It's gonna say checking the disc, see? And you hear there's a background noise. That's the music. Since I didn't disable it, Despicable Me will disable the song. You have to have the song disabled to swap between discs. This song is still loading. It's got music. It's got static there, but the song is still loaded. So I can't switch between discs. Watch. I do it with slide 2, same thing. I pause the game and think, okay, now I can switch to a game. And no, it won't work. You can't. You have to turn the music on. You can't go to the menu. You have to use a game that disables the song. So if I try to put in SpongeBob now, watch what happens. Okay, well, sometimes it does work.
Hey, so if I want to come back and talk to you again, just walk up to you and press this button. I'd better get started now,
Okay,
Gary.
bugged out.
I think that this is...
You can't always do this. It doesn't always work, honestly. I don't... This time it did. It doesn't always work. That time it did. Yeah, that time it did work. Yeah, I don't know how to explain this, honestly. It's kind of hard to explain, honestly, how this works. Sometimes the game bugs out even more. Yeah, sometimes it bugs out even when you put the correct disc back in, it won't check it. Sometimes you can get that to happen on its own. But to make it not check the disc, you have to do that music trick I told you. So, because if the game is paused, it can't check the disc since it's already loaded up. It doesn't have to check the disc; it's already loaded up. So, well, it was paused. It's hard to. That's what I'm trying to explain here.
It's apple picking time.
Hard to freaking explain, but I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's hard to explain this glitch, but once you learn how to play with it, you can kind of have some fun with it more than what you normally can if you use this trick I found. Just load, please. Maybe this spot I can't do it. So same damn thing. So we're gonna put in slide 2. Slide 2 Band of Thieves USA ISO. This one, or whatever download site you use. It has to be USA though. I use Vim.net, so that's the one I use. So I don't know if that's Don't know, but that's what I use. So now it's going to do that again. I'm going to post them. Start this conversation. Pause. And put it in SpongeBob. Yep, see, that time I did check the disc. See, and now it's gonna fix. It's not gonna be slide 2's. It's not gonna be slide 2's long conversation. It's gonna be SpongeBob's. See, it turned it off because SpongeBob's line, that disc swap with that line does not. It gives up. See, so you have to use a trick to keep. It's hard to explain. I don't know how to explain it properly. Honestly, I'm not able to explain it honestly, but you use if you find a conversation that actually goes on for quite a long time. Make sure your music's disabled. You can't do it by the menu. You have to use a game like Despicable Me. The game turns it off for me. I use that one. You can't. This won't work because it's still on in the game. It's just not. You just muted it. It's not what I'm talking about. You have to disable it from that. Some discs disable the music, so then you can pause the game and swap between discs. So this part will slide 2. You got to trigger it with this part. Pause the game. Switch to another disc, and it will read the disc as long as slide 2 was going to read it. That's the best way I can explain it, honestly. So, yeah, very cool, very interesting. I want to share that. So, I think I'll do another video on this. I'll do a video for Prince Shadow Showdown, maybe, or then I'll do a video at some point. We'll do the hit and one thing. I'll one day. I'm gonna literally just do that. I'm gonna one day just do this glitch again, and just let it play all the voices, like everything. I don't know how long the video is gonna be. Honestly, it'll probably be long, but I'll probably do it at some point. That way we can go show you guys. I'll do a playthrough of all the voices. So this spot will be the disc for a very long time, so we can actually do it. So but it's not the normal pitched voice. It'll be like semi-chipmunk because it depends where you cause the glitch. Like that's what I'm saying. This glitch is cool. So if you want to cause this glitch, this is how you do it, and this is how you do extra stuff with it. And you can even mod the game and it'll read those edited files. Yeah, pretty interesting. So thanks for watching. Bye. See you guys next video.